Social media is defined as forms of electronic communication through which users create online communities and share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. But in reality, it is nothing less than society's seismograph.
Wow, my friends are having a really bad day.
Every day, we read through Facebook statuses one by one, thinking that small problems in our lives will lead to the end of the world. As teenagers who have the most basic living necessities, it's easy to look past all the global issues in the world. It takes one wall post, such as this one, to help open our eyes. We realize that there are children who would switch places with us any day and would consider themselves the luckiest kids on earth.
Wow, I really do have a good life. I take way too many things for granted. There's no food in this house. I'm gonna end up starving to death.
She thinks she's going to starve to death, but let's look at the numbers. As of this moment, there are 7,043,934,514 people on this planet. 910 million of these people are undernourished and starving. Globally, 29,000 people died of hunger today.
I the garbage again. I swear, she thinks I'm a slave.
You think your life is hard? This is what they do every day, and they don't get weekends off. The number of child workers around the world remains extremely high, with 73 million children from 10 to 14 years old now employed worldwide, more than 13% of all children in this age group. These figures only tell part of the story, but no one really knows how many children under 10 are working.
Come back inside right now! You need to go do your homework! I'm going whether you like it or not, and you won't see me again!
Appreciate what you have now. Did you know that around the world there are an estimated 143 million orphans? 92% of the world's orphans are in developing countries and are undernourished. Donating food and supplies to the orphanages that try to keep these children alive would make a big difference. But only one person's donation may not be enough. We need a larger community involved. Imagine what could happen if our Facebook, Twitter, Friendster, and Tumblr accounts could somehow be used to better the world. This is a very possible reality. Social media is a powerful tool to be utilized by the younger generations to call attention and act towards global issues. One simple Facebook status could be the seed that grows and branches out amongst our peers to grow into a revolution of change. We have all witnessed the true power of social media throughout the extraordinary events of the Arab Spring. These events were an example of a solution brought about by social networking, but many more global issues exist in the world today that you can lead the revolution to end.
150 miles south of the Tunisian capital lies the small market town of Sidi Bouzid. It was here in December 2010 that the dramatic suicide of a young fruit seller would ignite revolution in Tunisia and send the Arab world into turmoil. What they shared was a hatred of their president and a frustration that they couldn't speak freely in their own country. This year, the Arab world erupted as a generation of young people, no longer prepared to suffer in silence, rose up against the hated despots who ruled their countries.
Gaddafi has destroyed our country, and now we can test the freedom.
But the way these revolutions began caught the world off guard. The weapons of the activists of the so-called Arab Spring weren't guns and bombs, but the internet and the mobile phone. For the first time in history, world-changing events were recorded hour by hour by the man and woman on the street. A unique filmed record now exists, charting the downfall of tyrants in Tunisia, Egypt and Libya. They knew there was one way to show the images to people across Tunisia.
Evidence suggests that social media carried a cascade of messages about freedom and democracy across North Africa and the Middle East.
Very bad for my government. I haven't food, I haven't anything. Me and my children, I will die today.
Just look at what tremendous changes were brought about by a group of young people who were tired of the oppression, tired of the dictatorships, and tired of watching their parents suffer as a result. They took action with the simple tools they had and did whatever it took to have their voice finally be heard.
Will not be silenced, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're an atheist. You will demand your rights, and we will have our rights, one way or the other. We will never be silenced.
Put your hands into the fire, come on, come on.
So get ready to bring about the change you want to see in the world in